Today we're going to talk about the top 10 reasons why you will not be a millionaire. My name is Michael Barayev and I built a sales team of 150 plus sales guys. We did it with zero money invested and now we have a solar company that's growing like crazy from coast to coast like butter on toast. And I want you guys to know that we're blowing up everywhere. So let's talk about this topic, right? A lot of people want to be a multi-millionaire or even a millionaire. And you know, to be a millionaire, all you really need to have is $1 million in assets or $1 million in liquidity or $1 million in cash, whatever it may be, right? You need to have $1 million. Now, to me, being a millionaire is not just having $1 million worth of assets. That's personally to me, because for me, a millionaire in my mind is someone that makes $1 million a year, right? That's personally my mindset, right? But we're going to talk about the top 10 reasons why you're not going to be a millionaire, and hopefully you can look at these 10 things and say, you know what? I'm going to do the exact opposite because I do want to become a millionaire. And by the way, you do have a chance to be a millionaire, right? It doesn't matter what your background is. You can come from a bad neighborhood, a good neighborhood. You can go from Yale, right? You come from jail. It don't matter. You can come from anywhere. As long as you have a purpose and a vision and a dream and a goal to make that happen, it's going to happen. But you got to do some stuff to make that happen, right? So we're going to talk about today the top 10 things that most people fail on and that stop them from being a millionaire or even a multimillionaire, okay? Number one, lack of financial education, right? Very important. Rich Dad Poor Dad talks about that. Robert Kiyosaki talks about that. You need to understand what an asset is, what a liability is, what is cash flow, what is revenue. Like most people don't even understand that. They don't even understand the income statement. Like, you got to know what's coming in and what's coming out. And a lot of people don't have the financial education. And don't blame the schools, guys. Please, don't blame the schools. It's your fault, and it's your parents' fault for not taking the time to educate you on this information. I don't want a public school to be teaching me this shit. How can a professor or a teacher who's not a millionaire going to teach me how to be a millionaire or teach you how to be a millionaire? It's not going to happen. So you got to take the time to learn from someone that already did that. It's like, for example, if you want to be a doctor, hopefully you're learning from other people that are doctors. I don't think you would be taking advice from an engineer about how to be a doctor. So why is it that when it comes to money, nobody wants to go talk to people that already have financial success, right? So we let our parents, our friends, our cousins, our uncles, or everyone around us influence us and give us their opinions and their advice and their stuff, and then we listen to them. And that without having the financial education, by taking the time to learn from people that actually have made it already, have become millionaires, right? If you don't go out there and educate yourself, and it's no one's responsibility but yours to go figure that out, then you're not going to become a millionaire. You need to understand that if you want to excel in something, if I want to be a professional basketball player, I need to know everything about basketball. I need to know a lot about, my mental state, my emotional state, my physical state. I need to know about the gym. I need to know about how to shoot a basketball. I need to know the game, the rules. I need to know everything. I'm not going to ask someone that's broke. I'm not going to ask someone that's not making money on how to become a millionaire. But a lot of people, they don't take the time to sit down and educate themselves. Sit down and open up a book by Robert Kiyosaki. Sit down and study what money is, right? You need to understand money. Becoming wealthy, you need to understand money. So when was the last time you went and learned about currency and money, right? When was the last time you learned about, the Federal Trade Commission, how the economy works, all these different topics that control money in business, right? So if you haven't done that, you're not going to become successful and you're not going to become a millionaire. I'm sorry, man. You got to go out there and get your financial education. Number two, poor money managing, okay? Not budgeting enough. Not understanding. By the way, I don't believe in budget, but you need to understand, okay, my rent is $5,000 or $2,000 or $1,000 or $500, whatever it may be. You need to understand where's your money going. Understand that you have a certain amount of money coming in and you have a certain amount of money coming out. And you have to figure it out. Are you living paycheck to paycheck? If you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're working at a job, you need to get a second job or a second opportunity, like I would say. Go get a network marketing business. Go start something on the side. Listen, if you're 30, 40 years old, you still have time to risk it. If you do not risk it, there is no biscuit, right? So you need to focus on that. Go get a second hustle. Oh, you don't have time. No, you don't. You have time. You just don't want to. You want to go spend the nights in the casino. You want to go spend time gambling. You want to spend time with your friends and your girls and your guys. You want to do all the nice stuff and the fun stuff. But have you earned it? That's the question, right? So if you have poor money management, you're not going to become a millionaire. Number three, high consumer debt. A lot of people don't become successful because they have a lot of debt. Now, there's a place and time to have good debt, and there's a place and time to have bad debt. And the bad debt you should never have, right? But what is bad debt? Some people don't even know what good debt is. Some people don't know what bad debt is. Debt altogether is not a bad thing. There's good debt and there's bad debt. Bad debt is consumer debt. Bad debt is you buying some shit in the grocery store or buying a bullshit ass, something from the store that has nothing to do with getting you closer to becoming a millionaire. But if I go buy a building, but if I go buy something that's an asset, it's going to produce income, and I go into debt to do that, that is good debt. Okay, so if I buy a rental property, and I put people into that rental property, and I get cash flow every single month, the equity is being The equity is going up, the principal pay down is going down, and who's paying for that? Not me, it's the business. It's the people, it's the renters, right? So you need to understand that high consumer debt is gonna squeeze you. Getting a nice car to show off for people that you don't give a shit about, right? Like, if you don't care about them, why the hell are you getting a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a Mercedes or whatever to impress people? Why would you do that? Like, I live in a very nice apartment. It's for me and my family. I don't give a shit what people think. I enjoy the view. I enjoy where I live. But when it comes to a car or something like that, I don't need to let the world know what I have. It's none of their business. I don't give a shit. I don't need to impress anybody. Neither should you. Why should you be impressing people, right? For what? Believe me, they don't even care about you. They're not even thinking about you. Trust me, okay? Number 4, lack of income-producing assets, right? A lot of people want to become a millionaire by just going out there and hustling. You can do it. You can do it, but you need to have some kind of income-producing asset. A business is an asset. Right? Real estate is an asset. You need to figure out what is an asset, how is it going to pay me every single day, every single month, even when I'm tired, even when I'm hungry, even when I don't want to do the work. I need to get paid. Like, I want to get paid when I'm starving. I want to get paid when I'm sleeping. I want to get paid when I'm traveling. How do I do that? I need to have an income-producing machine. I need to have an asset. So if you don't have any assets, goodbye to making $1 million. Now, can you make $1 million working for someone? You can. But you need to take that money and put it into an asset so that just in case you get fired or whatever happens, you got money coming in. It's very important. I tell my sales guys here, listen, they make a lot of money. Make the money, stack and pack, and then invest into something. Stack and pack and invest in something, right? Don't be spending it on bullshit, okay? Number 6, not taking calculated risks. And I'm saying this from a little bit of a different standpoint, but I don't like to take crazy risks. I like to take calculated risks, right? I like to think about, okay, this is like, what will happen if I do X, Y, and Z? If I do X, Y, and Z, A, B, C will happen. Okay, but what if I do A, B, C? What will happen? I'll get X, Y, Z. So it's like looking at the information in front of me and making a calculated, educated decision. By the way, the more knowledge I know about something, the less risky it is for me. So if you don't know something and you feel like it's a huge risk, you don't need to go invest blindly, but go study, go research, and learn how to risk the right way with calculated risk. And if you do it the right way, believe me, sometimes when you make that bet, it's gonna explode and you're gonna make that money. I made a bet in 2016 to open up my business, to leave a strong 6-figure income to open up my business, right? It was a very scary decision, but I did a calculated decision. I made the move, and guess what? 2017, it was a great year. 2018 was an amazing year. 2019 we exploded, all because of a decision I made in 2016, right? It's very important. Next, failing to plan for the future. If you don't have a plan, if you don't know exactly where you're trying to go, what is your move? What is the next thing you're trying to accomplish? What is it you're trying to get to? What is the plan? Okay, I'm gonna open up a business, then I'm gonna hire some people, then I'm gonna do this, you have to have a plan. And by the way, when you make a plan, believe me, not all plans are gonna come true. Sometimes you make a plan and it goes completely south. Like, I thought I was gonna be somewhere else by 2023. Believe me. But guess what? Plans change, man. Plans change. You gotta be able to adapt as a business owner. You gotta be able to adapt as an individual that wants to become a millionaire, right? You gotta adapt. Adapting is very powerful. You need to adapt, and sometimes you gotta plan it out. You gotta plan to adapt, because you don't know what's gonna happen, but you gotta have an action plan. And by the way, if you have a plan and you don't start executing on it immediately, you don't have a fucking plan. You gotta wish. You gotta go out there and plan. You gotta go out there and do the fucking work. Sorry for my language, but it's the truth. I get passionate about this stuff. Number 8, not having a specific financial goal. A lot of people have a plan, but they don't have a specific target, right? By a specific date. I need to have X, Y, and Z by this date. If you want to be a millionaire, you need to know how much it takes to become a millionaire. 20K a week. How do I get 20K a week? Well, I get $1,000 for every single customer I bring to this business. Okay, so you need 20 customers a week. How do I get 20 customers a week? Now you can sit there and say, well, I got to do all this work to get 20 customers. No. Nobody said you had to be the one to bring 20 customers to the business. All we said was that for every customer you bring, you get $1,000. So you need 20 customers. So it could be you and 19 other people, or it could be you and 5 other people. The question is, how bad do you want it? So that's how I started thinking in 2015-16. I'm like, wait a minute. I want to be a millionaire. I know I can get 100K a year by doing what I'm doing right now. What if I helped a bunch of guys make 100K a year or 50K a year? And if I get a little small percentage of that by helping them, they wouldn't mind because I'm helping them. And that's how the idea came to build a business of a sales organization. I had no idea of the competition out there. I knew nothing. Listen, I was oblivious. I was wet behind the ears. I had no idea. I just made a financial goal. I made a financial plan. I need to hit $1 million, right? And it's crazy because when you fill out that financial game plan, you have a plan, you have a financial goal, you put it together, booyah, you explode, right? Very important. And by the way, for some of you guys, it may be a little bit basic. I get it. But if you're not a millionaire yet, there's a reason why. You still think it's basic and you still think you know everything. Until you put $1 million in your pocket consistently or have $1 million income consistently, You should be listening to this kind of information. No disrespect, I'm just being honest. Like, you have to listen to this. Stop thinking that you know all the answers. You do not. If you knew all the answers, you would be probably sitting here talking to me about how to make millions. No disrespect. When I started to question my beliefs, that's when everything started to grow for me. Okay? So it's very important you understand that and humble yourself and say, you know what? How do I get to making $1 million a year consistently? Right? Or how do I make $1 million a week now? That's a different thinking, right? Different type of thinking. Number 9, lack of discipline, right? Lack of discipline and consistency. Most people are not disciplined. My favorite topic. People are weak. People are slaves to their emotions. They're slaves to their feelings. Think about it. This morning, you probably didn't want to get up and go to the gym. Did you go to the gym? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But if you're a slave to your emotions, if you were a slave to your feelings, you will never be disciplined. And if you're not disciplined, there's a very high probability you will not be a millionaire. So how disciplined are you to do the things that you don't want to do? How well are you training your mind to do shit physically that you do not want to do? Are you training yourself to do things you don't want to do, or you're doing it based on how you feel that day? And a lot of people want to be successful, they want to be a millionaire, but guess what? Discipline and consistency stops them from doing so. You may have an amazing product, an amazing service, you have a great plan, great everything. You study, you know everything about money, but guess what? You ain't disciplined. You ain't consistent either. Discipline is not doing things when you want to do it. Discipline is doing things on a consistent basis, whether you freaking like it or not. And it gets done whether it's raining, snowing, hailing, it doesn't matter. You're getting the job done. And a lot of people, right, could be disciplined for 30 days. A lot of people can. But what about 6 months? What about a year? Can you be disciplined for a year? Since 2008, I've been going to the gym consistently. I never stopped. How many years is that? Think about it. Decade plus. Never stop, guys. It doesn't matter where I go in the world. I just came from Spain. Guess what I was doing? I was in the gym. Why is that? Because I understand the word discipline so well because it's my best friend. I have a beautiful relationship with discipline. And I understand the more disciplined I am, the more consistent I am, the better I feel about myself, the more confident I am, the more confident I am, the more I can go out there to the universe and go bless other people with my product or service. And guess what? People want to give me money because I'm blessing them. If you bless people with your product or service, they want to give you money. So it's very important to understand that discipline and consistency is extremely important to becoming financially successful or being a millionaire in this situation, right? And number 10, you got to have a clear vision, right? We have a plan, you have a goal, but you need to have a vision. What is your vision? Do you vision yourself to being a millionaire? Or are you consistently putting doubt, fear, and worry into your mind? Or are you still thinking like a pregnant ant, not believing that you can get it done? I remember I was living on, very little money, guys. I didn't make any money at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I made less than 30 grand a year. You would never say, oh yeah, this guy's gonna be a millionaire. No way, no freaking way. What happened was that I internally was changing myself. I knew that one day I'm gonna be a millionaire. I knew that, I just didn't know how. I didn't know what vehicle, I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I didn't know if I needed to do X. I just knew that I had a vision for myself. Somehow, some way I was gonna get there. Right? But I put massive discipline, massive work ethic, massive hours, massive sacrifice to get it done. And if you do the same thing, believe me, we'll be talking together and you'll be telling me your story about how you became a millionaire. Because you could definitely do it. Right? I'm just speaking from my heart. I hope I didn't rub you the wrong way with this conversation, but I'm very passionate about this because everyone has a chance. Everyone watching this video has a chance. The question is, will you go out there and do what needs to get done to become a millionaire? And if the answer is yes, do me a favor, drop it in the comments saying, I will be a millionaire, and put a date on it and get it done. I believe in you guys. I love you guys. Do me a favor, drop a like, drop a comment. I would appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're growing this channel to 100,000 plus subscribers, and I need your help and support to share this with other people so we can go out there and bless the community, bless other people. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.